Hello, welcome to my channel. This is my Dare to Win save with Blackburn Rovers. We're currently in a Premiership. This is episode 49, so it's been quite an interesting journey so far. Season 11 this is. We started off with Hereford. This is a transfer update just before the first game of the new season, which we're playing Crystal Palace at home. I've got a few offers in for Simpson at the minute. We're bartering these up. As you can see, we've come up from there. I've just put him back on for 8, so fingers crossed there. Transfer window hasn't been great for me, I've got to be honest, because Thomas Lavino, Arsenal came and offered me £99 million and he had to go. I couldn't say no. I just couldn't say no to that sort of money for a player. It was disappointing because he was sort of main part of our team, only 22 years old. But we don't have a lot of money. We're not money bags. And I did say I needed to buy some new players this season. So on the back of him going, then we had Michael Armstrong went out. All bit part players here. Steve Ralph. I thought he might have a future with the club, but he went in the end next to nothing. And a few players out on loan. So straight away we signed Joffrey as a replacement for Thomas Lavino. Okay, right-footed, central defender, defensive midfield he can play at. Okay, so that's going to be where we will mainly be playing him. I'm not sure he's going to start, but you can see by the stats, he's got good physical stats. Mental stats aren't too bad, especially these 4 here, which I pay a lot of attention to. Passing's okay, not the best. Hopefully that will improve a little bit. So yeah, that was the first signing in. Then we brought, and this is all with the money that we had and what we got from Lavino. As you can see, we've had a lot of players leave. Longdon's gone to Dundee. Jenkins is out. Youth players that weren't ever going to make the first team. So this is all just, Hubane, the reserve goalkeeper, he's gone for 2.3 million. He wasn't going to get any playing time. He was just sitting on the bench. Got other players that can do that. A few loans. Quinn's gone. Didn't really want to get rid of this guy, but I'm struggling to fit players into the squad. They come and offered him some money, and I think they've had a bargain here, haven't they? We got 34 for him, and now they're saying he's worth 52. He's gone out on loan, and Teklik's just gone to Crystal Palace. He wasn't happy. He's been sort of on about leaving for a few seasons now. So yeah, he's gone out to Crystal Palace. Not ideal. And the players that have come in then, Alan Cerceda, he's been injured since I signed him. Defender centre. He can play in a few positions. I've bought him mainly to support at the back, and if need be, he can drop into central midfield. Could be a good guy. Alberto Serda, another one, midfield centre, beefed up the midfield this season because I noticed, because last season if we had one player out or 2 players out, we were struggling for depth. So yeah, we signed another player here. Really good passing on this guy. He's going to play central midfield for us as soon as he's fit. He's going to be one of these that are straight in the team. Stats look absolutely brilliant. Not too worried about his jumping as he's not in defensive midfield. That should be okay. And we've just signed Lucas. Joel hasn't been doing it for a while, as you know. This guy's got awesome pace, natural fitness, balance, agility, all the things you want in a striker, and then he's got a finishing of 10. So I'm hoping that's not going to be his technique. 16, flair's 19. His first touch isn't too shabby, and he can pass a ball a little bit as well. So I'm hoping this guy's going to pop up with some goals for us. He's got 5 from 3 starts in pre-season, but we've been there with players before, haven't we? So that's it at the minute, guys, for transfers. This looks really bad, 129 million out, 45 million in. But if we go back to the Lavino one, 217 million out with the 185 in. Okay, so it is sort of balancing out, and our overall club debt on transfers isn't that bad. Okay, so we're keeping the club afloat. Finances, obviously we've took a bit of a hit with that. Okay, we've got next to no transfer budget. I think I've got about 12 million in transfer budget, and we're still just under on the wages. So I've put that up there just so you can see that. Other than that, guys, vision is pretty much the same. They want us to be competitive in the UEFA Champions League. They want us to record a Premier Division top half finish. I'm hoping for a top 3 or 4 again. They want us to reach latter stages of the FA Cup and be competitive in the Carabao Cup. So it's not a lot different to last year. And I was quite shocked that we're only expected to finish 9th this season. We've had 2 seasons finishing 3rd. I think we've strengthened the side, but they only had us as 8th last season. So I'm not too worried about that at a minute. Biggest concern is none of our players. It's all Man United. All Man City, Liverpool in a team, as you can see here, with one Newcastle guy and a couple of Arsenal guys, and that's pretty much it. We've got Crystal Palace. I'll be back in a moment. Team for today then is pretty much there's a few new faces, but it's not a million miles away from last season. Okay, we've got Nikolic in goal still. Ellips and Quatero, Saraceda and Morgan. Morgan's a youngster. That Morgan, he's been promoted up from a youth this season, mainly because he's English and he's under 21, so I can get him in the team. Iland, Menino and the new guy Serda in the central midfield. So Iland has come in to replace Lavino. I have got the new guys on the bench. Joffrey's not 100% ready yet, I don't think, for first team football, but he will be in from sort of 70 minutes, 60 minutes, 70 minutes. Ruiz and Calamai out wide left and right, and Lucas, the new guy, up front. Okay, so Lucas, I'm hoping he's going to do the speed. I've just got him in. I just want to see how he does against Crystal Palace, pace and finishing, and we see how it goes. So that's the team. We've got a few players that are injured. Ferriola is still suspended from the end of last season. So yeah, that's why Zach Morgan's in. And hopefully we're going to have a better season. We need a winning start. And yeah, let's see where we go this season. Hopefully we're going to do really well in the league again. I'm looking for strong cup runs. Probably going to rotate a bit more in the Carabao Cup. We've won that twice now. We might go for an hat-trick of wins. We'll see. Probably get knocked out first round. But the main thing for us this season is the league. We want to win the league, don't we? I'm not sure we're good enough yet. We've got more depth now. But we'll see. This game will be interesting. Crystal Palace at home. It's a game we should be winning, let's be honest. And that's a bad pass straight away from Ruiz. Seems he's picked up from last season. He wanted to go. Loads of teams interested in him. Banged him on the transfer market and nobody wanted him. So they were just unsettling him. Same with Almada and couple of others. Loads of noise about player teams preparing. Aston Villa especially, they've been, and Lucas is in there, and not quite enough pressure on it. Yeah, Aston Villa's been chasing nearly every one of our players, but as soon as it comes to make an offer, they've neglected to make an offer for any of them. So that's fine. That's fine if they just want to upset Quatero. Oh, I thought we were in there. So I'm going to be trying to play, he says, Quatero a little bit more this season. He was a big signing a couple of seasons back. He hasn't really made it consistently in the first team. He's featured a lot from the bench mainly. Bitshabu and that is getting a bit long in the tooth. I've even had Phillips back and given him a contract for a year or two just to try and get my English contingent up. And yeah, we're going to have to look, I think, to be saving up some pennies and buying English talent going forward, because we are struggling to meet we struggled with the league. I've got 2 players short in the squad. That's why we've got some under 21s in, and I've got Harwood and that. I just can't find a spot for him in the squad at the minute, so I'm going to have a play about with that when we're done and try and wangle it so I've got room for him. And that's off the bar, and oh, he was in again, the new guy. So we're asking plenty of questions. 10 shots, 2 on target. Bit disappointed with the return on that. And there's a long range shot. Good save by the keeper. But I'm hoping these new guys are just going to give us that little bit of an edge in the games that we were drawing. And I mean, we lost to Middlesbrough last year. That was 3 points. That would have been second place in the league, beating Middlesbrough. With the season we had, we should have beat Middlesbrough, So games like that. I know we drew with Everton, we drew with Villa, and that's all games that make the difference at the business end of the table, isn't it? And this is not looking great. We're 15 shots, 5 on target, 1.87 on the XG, and it's 0-0 at half time. So we are going to have to, and he's saying not happy with performance, but from what I've seen, I've thought we've played quite well. Well, we go with what he says. Got to trust assistant manager, aren't we? And then we're going to give him a little bit more here because but yeah, we will be making some changes, getting a couple of these news. I'm really excited about seeing what Joffrey does. Isaac Watson is still an understudy, but so is Joffrey now to Iland. I wasn't expecting Iland to make it at the club, and you've got to be careful because Teklik plays for these guys, so if you see him rearing down the wing, and then we're 1-0 down. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we're going to have to demand some more. because we've gone behind right from the off here at the second half, and that's not good enough. Back post, and this is the only problem with playing Krateru, and he was on the right as well, so it was his outside of the goal. And that's a terrible pass in, isn't it? Krateru. And the youngster, Morgan, he's doing alright actually. He's had a couple of games in the pre-season. He's done alright. And there's a good cross in. And the shot, and it's, the keeper batted it down, and I thought we were in there. This didn't go in. I've never ever seen one of these given. I think this is just a gimmick in the game that just holds the game up. So we're going to get to 60 minutes, and I'm definitely going to be looking to make some changes. We've got a couple of players. Lucas hasn't really done a lot for us up front, so I think we're going to have to make some changes there. Do I go tried and trusted Watson? Joffrey could play midfield as well, so I think I am. I'm going to actually go with, if I can get rid of that, I'm going to go with Watson for Ireland. Alright, you've got Menino and the new guy there. Amada's definitely coming on up front. Should have started with him really. Eduardo's coming on. And I think Joffrey's going to have to wait it out today. He can play centre half as well. He's got 6-1. Good heading. Maybe gets an opportunity. Get Krateru off. Give Joffrey a run in there, because I'm trying to buy players now that can rotate around the positions. So that's 4. We'll go with that. Let's see how we get on. So 1-0 down at home to Crystal Palace. Not the start that I envisaged. It's not looking great. Going to demand a little bit more, and we're actually going to, because it's Palace, we're going to go attacking. 75 minutes in, and I mean, we're being robbed here. Totally robbed. You know, they've had, but they took their chance. We've batted it against a post. We've beaten the keeper, but without enough power on the ball to get it across the line, so they've cleared it. And yeah, we really only got ourselves to blame here at the minute, because we've been more than good enough. And there's Calamai, and he didn't get that first touch. Let him down, didn't it? Let the defender get in front. Watson picks it up again. Calamai over, big ball over to Ruiz, and he just jumped. And is that a penalty, I wonder? Because he seemed to jump and then not get off the ground. And I've just taken the land off, who's my penalty taker. So I have no idea who's next in line. Should be Elliotson. So we've got a penalty, a chance to salvage something from this. I'm guessing that is Elliotson by the look of him. And this should... Oh, I thought he put it over. Oh, my giddy aunt. I thought that had gone over. So it's 1-0. Still not really the start I'd envisaged. I wanted a bit more than that. I wanted a win. I didn't care if it was 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-2 or 10-9. I wanted the 3 points for the first game, because, sorry, I've got to stop it or I'm not going to get a transfer made here. Change made. So Trifkovic, I want to get him on. And we'll try Trifkovic there, and this Joffrey playing okay. It's centre half. So here we go. So hopefully we're going to get possession back immediately here. And we're going to get, I thought we were going to get that then. The pressing was nice to see. So say the new guy nodded it down, but nobody got onto it, did they? But then Joffrey stepped in and won that. Menino over the top. Ruiz, he's got lightning pace. Never ever uses it. Just don't understand the guy. 88 minutes gone. We need to win this, which we have. Carlos Eduardo to Menino, through to Almada. Almada to Ruiz. Now Ruiz can play it back through to Almada, and he's turned a lovely ball for Calamai, and that's, oh, it's hit the bar. Oh, I thought we were there. Lovely bit of interlinking and play there through the middle of the field. Some lovely movement to create the chance, and that's our luck today. We've hit the post, or the goalie's managed to pat it down and the defender's got it clear. But here's Elliotson driving down the wing. Almada to Ruiz, into Trifkovic. Trifkovic plays a long ball over the back. Centre half was favourite there all day. Now we have to be careful we don't get caught on the break. And they've played, and he's offside. And the keeper's come out and done really well there. Didn't leave it for the referee to pull us out of the mire there with an offside decision. We're 91 minutes gone, 3 to go. We really do need another chance here if we can get it cut out. But yeah, I'm quite impressed. Joffrey come on, 60 minutes gone, and he's slotted into centre half, and you know, he's playing on a 7.1, and here's Ruiz in behind. He's played it to Almada. He's got to get there, and yes, we've snatched it at the end. I'm just looking to make sure the referee isn't running towards the goal with his finger in his ear, and he hasn't. And that is good play. That's good character of this team, coming back from 1-0 down and looking dead and buried, to be honest, because we were making all the chances. Ruiz was giving it away, but that's wicked. Defender a little bit unlucky. He managed to get something on the ball, just set it up over the keeper for Almada to score. And he's only just come back from international duty with Mexico, and we've managed to scrape a 2-1 win, guys. So I'm quite happy with that, and I'm going to tell the guys that because it was a good pullback from 1-0 down at half time. So 2-1 puts us 8th. As you can see, there's been the normal guys have won, and we'll keep an eye on the bottom here. Arsenal lost, Newcastle's lost, so they didn't have a great season. They changed their managers at the end of last season, if you remember. Man United has changed their manager in the close season as well, so it'll be interesting to see what goes on, but I'm happy with that for a first game. Good comeback. So I think that's going to be it for this video, guys, because we did a bit of an extended transfer update, didn't we, at the beginning of it, and I'm trying to keep them around 20 minutes. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave us a like and a subscribe, and don't forget to press that bell so you know when we're on. Really want to push this channel on if we can, and it's only you guys that can support me and get that done. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hope you've enjoyed it. Bye bye.